It's me, the big old TP. We're back this Wednesday with another workout. This one again is hitting on one of the main power sources. This one's the back. Go on and subscribe if you haven't already. Hammer out that warm up. Let's jump in and hit one of my favorite muscle groups. Alright, so we're hammering out the back. Again, it's one of my favorite, but it's one of the most exhausting. We're going to be working on the lats, we're going to be stretching them out, and we're going to be working out the traps, as well as the majority of the major back, all with a pull motion. That way we can sit there, really leverage, pull down and through that shot as we rotate, hit up some more distance. Alright? The very first one we want to do before I get you too tired is wide grip pull-ups. We're going to go, get them nice and wide, pulling up, coming all the way back down, no cheating. We want to see those arms locked out, and do your best not to cheat and get that back nice and arched. Don't let them get too far out in front. Nice down through that line. I know what you're going to say, I can't do any pull-ups. Most of you can't. It's something that took me forever to build up to. That's fine. We can either use a band that we step into to help us pull up, which is my recommendation, or go over and do lat pull downs. You should have a machine in your gym, okay? This may be one of the few times that you do have to go to a gym if you don't have that pull-up bar at home and can't do pull-ups. It's an extremely important muscle, but here's the kicker after we get done, because it gets a bad rap. We're immediately going to go and do a twisted prayer. We want to get that ball, we want to roll it out, go out to the side. The higher that I can get this hand, so the more I drop down, plus a nice big C position with the body, the more I'm going to stretch out that lat. And it's going to be dynamic, so we're going over, holding just for a second, and rolling back, okay? We don't necessarily want to do a static stretch, especially to start or in the middle of a workout, because we know it decreases performance. But we're doing that dynamic to make sure that this doesn't start to lose range of motion. A lot of you at home are going to be tight and can't keep that back straight with that arm going up. Again, that's going to be tightness of the lats. It's going to wreck your golf swing. It's going to rob us of power. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. All right. This is probably my second favorite exercise. It's a heavy one-arm lawnmower, bent row. Get that nice heavy weight, keep that back nice and straight, and we want to pull. Now, with the heavy, I call these cheats as well. So if I'm trying to sit there and just isolate that muscle, we're going to see this would be proper form. Okay, there's no rotation, we're pulling. I'm not going to say that I'm not worried about that, but I'm here for power. So I actually want it to come up, and you're going to see there's a nice big row. You're probably going to notice I'm using my feet, and I'm going heavy. Going between that 6 to 8, which is a key for that power, and sit there and really pull. Do what you have to do. Obviously be safe, but get that weight up there and really pull. On this one, we're doing some light reverse flies. The light is going to make sure that your back is actually lighting up and activating. So on a lot of these exercises, I get to see people go through, and as they're doing their seated row, for example, they don't go all the way back. They're not allowing those shoulder blades to really come back in, retract in, really squeeze together. We want that muscle activation, so they're cheating themselves, okay? With the light fly, we get a nice little slight bend, basically in golf posture. Get them up to the top, squeeze it together. Feel like you're trying to squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Hold it for a second and back down. And we'll actually go through and do 12 of these since it is on the lighter end. This next one is to activate the lower trap. Again, we already talked about the tightness of the lat. I see a ton of golfers with weak to an inhibited lower trap. The function of that trap is going to be for that arm to also be able to lift, okay? The tightness is going to be where it can actually get to, but making that arm come up is that lower trap. If those two don't work together, we're going to have all sorts of issues in that backswing, plus staying down into the posture. Where the hands can get just something we don't want, let's fix it. Not my favorite exercise because it requires a lot of work, and the lower traps are something I had a lot of problems with. It can also lead to trigger points. But we're down onto that ball. We're basically going to be a cheerleader, thumbs up towards the ceiling, arms nice and straight. This would be our I. There's our Y. There's our T. 10, 10, and 10. It looks easy. Get ready to break a sweat if you haven't already. Really going to engage, but try to extend up as high as you can. Make that muscle work. The last is for the seated rows, which I already hinted at. A lot of you don't get a full pull, cheat and come back and do all sorts of bad things. Go with it relatively light. Pull back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, let it come back and in. As soon as we can engage and do that properly, we want to make that heavy like before and really work on that pull, since the majority of the golf swing is that pull motion. It's going to be crucial to helping you gain more speed, more power, especially if we can get those hands up and away, which is the lats and traps. We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can in that exercise. Now it's time to stretch all that out. The last thing we want to have happen is to put in the work in the gym with the heavy weight and exercises only to get muscle bound, tight, and unable to move. That's what the majority of tour players have that you don't, is range of motion, muscle activation. They can do what they want to do in their swing because of it. Extremely straightforward. Go with a simple crossbody. And what I'm really focusing on here is as I'm turning and pulling, I'm trying to feel that shoulder blade come out, move around, feel a little rotation and a little bit of pull in there. Hold just for a few seconds, and then you can switch back. The turn and twist is going to really help pull on that shoulder blade. All you have to do is, as it implies, turn and grab, and then we twist against it, okay? Now it's not that you have to twist hard, we just want to turn as we're pulling to, again, make those muscles stretch out, get a nice simple turn and through there, make the muscle stretch. Last but not least, we're going to use the foam roller, roll out the back, roll out the lats. I've got a couple of videos on foam rolling, but what I want to do here is work on some extension. So that we go down, and you can use a medicine ball, you can use a stability ball. We want to roll from here, arms up, and I'm just trying to lean down, work that back, extend it out. That way those muscles aren't pulled in and are extremely tight, but we're working through that range of motion, getting that blood and oxygen back into them to help them with that recovery and, again, elongate. So there you go, everybody. Another successful workout Wednesday, hammering out that back, making it much better to help out that speed and power. Go on, subscribe again if you haven't already. Help me spread the word, share the video, share all this content. Make sure that you give me some feedback. Check back next week. We're going to be hitting out the legs, and no, you cannot skip leg day.